Madison Stefanis from Melbourne is next to face the Sharks. She's hoping to grab their attention with a modern spin on an old classic.
I'm 23 years old and I started the business just over a year and a half ago. I'm a little bit nervous about my numbers. There's been a lot of, curveballs and things to overcome, but that's what makes it interesting. Hi Sharks, I'm Madi and I'm the 23-year-old founder of reusable film camera company 35mm Co. I'm from Melbourne and I'm seeking a $300,000 investment for 10% equity in the company. Depending on your age, this one might feel a little bit nostalgic. When I was 19, I listed a vintage film camera for sale in a Facebook group for $50. Much to my surprise, people started bidding in the comments and the camera sold for $250. So naturally, I decided to start buying and selling vintage film cameras during the pandemic while I was studying at university. I invested all of my savings, $50,000, into developing a film camera of my own. So in August of 2021, I launched the Reloader reusable film camera to market. Today, we've sold over 40,000 units and we're stocked in major Australian retailers, The Iconic and Universal Store.
Well done.
Wow.
We're currently in conversation with some of the biggest brick-and-mortar retailers in America, and I need your help to ensure that we can meet the expectations of these retail giants whilst also building a strong direct-to-consumer strategy in a new market. So, Sharks, who wants to see a camera?
I do.
Yeah.
Great pitch, Maddie. That was great.
Thank you, Katrina.
Thanks, Maddie.
Does anyone remember how to load a film camera?
Yeah. Oh! Yes. Yeah. I do.
Okay.
How do you open it up?
Okay, group selfie.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yay.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, Maddie, that was a great pitch. Can you run us through, how it differs from other film cameras out there at the moment?
They're just very straightforward and easy to use. So it fills the gap in the market left by disposable film cameras, one-time use, so the Reloader's reusable. We're for your Gen Z consumer, your 18 to 24s who like snapping photos on a night out. It's nice to get those memories back and pop them on Instagram.
But it's an actual film, so how does that work?
So you go to a film processing lab, hand over the roll of film, and then you can get the photos back as either physical prints, which we've got as examples, or digital scans, which are emailed to you.
Do they exist anymore, those film processing plants?
They do. So there are labs everywhere now, and so many labs do, 1 hour turnaround time.
Yeah, what's the price of the individual unit?
So $99 per camera, and lifetime revenue we've done $3.6 million.
Whoa.
Oh!
Whoa.
3.6 million. Over what period of time?
Just over a year and a half.
Good.
And what were your sales last year?
Last year we did 1.89 million.
Did you make any money on that?
So we sit at a 10% net profit.
What do you spend per month on ads, and what kind of return on ad spend do you get in the Australian market?
So we spend around 20 grand a month, and across Meta, Pinterest and Google, we have a blended ROAS of around 9.
Wow.
Huh. You sell it for $99 direct to consumer. What does it cost you to make, and what do you sell it to wholesale for?
So landed, it costs $20, and we sell to wholesale for $42.
Maddie, you're obviously doing great with sales. Why are you here? Why do you need this money?
We are chatting to some big retailers in the US, and I think that they're quite large wholesale accounts, and I really want to make sure that we can accommodate their purchase orders.
And what's the ownership, Maddie? Are you
100% sole
100%
owner.
you?
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
amazing.
I am so impressed.
You yourself have been able to do these sales.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fantastic.
23. Yeah, extraordinary.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, let me jump in on this. Why you only got 10% margins?
So that's a hard question. So I launched the business in August of 2021, and I expected our stock to last us till Christmas. It sold out in 2 weeks. So I spent everything we had on inventory and it only just lasted us through Christmas. So I probably over forecasted for Christmas 2022. We ended up with a little bit too much stock left over and that's kind of where it went.
And so with the product at the moment, is there anybody else selling anything that's comparable to this product online?
Kodak, they sell a version that is, it's not quite Gen Z ready.
So there's no other Gen Z brands or?
We've had a couple of copycats, but they don't really stick around. They kind of always fizzle out.
You remind me of me when I'm 23 years old, but you actually have your shit together. Like, yeah, you are so much more put together and have a clearer strategy. You don't need to know everything. Where I get really stuck with it is I think you need employees, people that are more senior with you in finance. You know, you had a little trouble with answering the finance question. Inventory, you had a mistake with inventory. And I think when you come to investors next, you might be able to clearly communicate that product trajectory and where you're going to take the brand a little bit better. You're absolutely killing it, and I really do commend you on that. But for now, unfortunately, I'm out.
Thank you, Davey.
Well, I'm just blown away by you, Maddie. You are one of the stars to follow, that's for sure. But I don't think you need investment. I think you could continue to bootstrap this. And other than I adore you, I'm out.
Thank you, Katrina.
Robert?
I do agree with what Kat and Davey said. You really need a business around you more so than you need the money. But I think that's where I can help you. It took me 15 years bootstrapping, which means with my own money, to build a $200 million business. I then sold a piece of it, and the next 2 years got to $1 billion.
Wow.
I can think of 20 reasons why this isn't going to work. But I can think of one really good reason why I think it's going to work, and it's you. What some of my fellow sharks are missing is you're really not in the product business. You're in the brand business. I don't think people are just buying this because it's a camera. I think they're buying it because you created an experience around it. And I love those kind of businesses. I think where I can help you is with guidance on the mistakes not to make.
Yeah.
A lot of the retailers you want to get into, I can help you get into. I'll give you the $300,000 for 15%.
Okay.
Before you decide, I have a lot of experience taking an Australian brand into the US. More than 50% of our sales at Showpo is in the US. So I've done this before. I can give you $300,000 at the 10% that you're asking for.
Okay.
I'm really struggling on this one because what you have achieved at such a young age is just incredible, right? But on the other end, looking at this from a shark's point of view, the type of offer that I would need to make you in order for this to make sense for me would be doing you a disservice. It would be $300,000 for 30% of the business.
Wow.
Okay.
That's sharky.
Yeah.
How about this? Jane and I will give you $300,000, but we want a little more equity. We'll do it for 20%. Straight equity.
Would you meet in the middle and do 15?
18.
Jane, you understand my customer. You get it. And Robert, you have tremendous connections in the US. Can we meet at 17 and a half?
Done.
Great decision.
Congratulations. Well done.
Amazing job.
Thank you so much.
High five.
High fives all round.
Incredible. Well done.
Go get him.
The 23-year-old entrepreneur has 2 sharks by her side and walks away with $300,000 in return for a 17.5% share of her business.
When you were her age, what would you have done to have somebody with experience to guide you?
To save you from all the bad hires, all the apps that don't actually work. Oh my God.
What next? Hopefully, I get to work with Robert and Jane closely and grow this business and roll it out across the US and hopefully even more new markets. I think it'll be really, really amazing.
Jane, I'm very excited about that one.
Excited.